Be dead to love. Of course we can go on endlessly analyzing, describing the cause, but will that bridge the gap between the mind and the heart? That's what I want to know. I have read some of the psychological books and our own ancient literature, but it doesn't set me on fire, so now I have come to you, though perhaps it may be too late for me.
Do you really care that the mind and heart should come together? Aren't you really satisfied with your intellectual capacities? Perhaps the question of how to unite the mind and the heart is only academic. Why do you bother about bringing the two together? This concern is still of the intellect and doesn't spring, does it, from a real concern at the decay of your feeling, which is part of you? You have divided life into the intellect and the heart, and you intellectually observe the heart withering away, and you are verbally concerned about it. Let it wither away. Live only in the intellect. Is that possible? The loneliness that nothing can cover.
I do have feelings.
But aren't those feelings really sentimentality, emotional self-indulgence? We are not talking about that, surely. We are saying, be dead to love, it doesn't matter. Live entirely in your intellect and in your verbal manipulations, your cunning arguments. And when you do actually live there, what takes place? What you are objecting to is the destructiveness of that intellect which you so worship. The destructiveness brings a multitude of problems. You probably see the effect of the intellectual activities in the world, the wars, the competition, the arrogance of power, and perhaps you are frightened of what is going to happen, frightened of the hopelessness and despair of man. So long as there is this division between the feelings and the intellect, one dominating the other, the one must destroy the other, there is no bridging the two. You may have listened for many years to the talks, and perhaps you have been making great efforts to bring the mind and the heart together, but this effort is of the mind and so dominates the heart. Love doesn't belong to either, because it has no quality of domination in it. It is not a thing put together by thought or by sentiment. It is not a word of the intellect or a sensuous response. You say, I must have love, and to have it I must cultivate the heart. But this cultivation is of the mind, and so you keep the two always separate. They cannot be bridged or brought together for any utilitarian purpose. Love is at the beginning, not at the end of an endeavor.